The Golden Goose. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a mother and her 3 sons. The youngest son, Dummling, was often called silly because he was clumsy and didn't seem very smart. His 2 older brothers were clever and proud, and they always made fun of him. One day, the oldest brother went into the forest to chop wood. Their mother gave him a delicious loaf of bread and a bottle of sweet wine to take with him. While chopping a tree, he met a small old man with a long white beard. The old man said, "Young man, I'm very hungry and thirsty. Can you share some of your food and drink with me?" But the oldest brother rudely replied, "No, I only have enough for myself. Go away." The old man didn't say a word and walked off sadly. But soon after, the axe slipped in the oldest brother's hands and hurt him. He had to go home empty-handed. The next day, the second brother went into the forest to try his luck. Like his older brother, he was given bread and wine. The old man appeared again and asked, "Please, young man, could you share a little with me?" The second brother laughed and said, "Why should I share? This is mine, not yours." Again, the old man walked away without a word. And just like the first brother, the second brother had bad luck. He tripped and twisted his ankle, so he too had to return home. Finally, Dummling said, "Mother, let me go chop wood." His brothers laughed loudly. You'll just make a mess of everything." But his mother agreed, and Dummling went to the forest. He only had a simple piece of dry bread and a bottle of water, but he was happy. When the old man appeared and asked for food, Dummling smiled and said, "I don't have much, but you're welcome to share with me." The old man ate the bread and drank the water with a big smile. Then he said, "You are kind and generous. For your goodness, I will give you a gift. Chop down that old tree over there, and you'll find something special inside." Dummling did as the old man said. When the tree fell, he found a goose with feathers, made entirely of gold. Dummling was amazed and decided to take the goose to the market to sell it. On the way, Dummling stopped at an inn to rest. The innkeeper had 3 curious daughters. When they saw the golden goose, they wanted to touch it. The first daughter said, "I'll just take 1 golden feather." She reached out, but the moment she touched the goose, her hand got stuck. The second daughter tried to pull her sister free, but her hand got stuck too. The third daughter thought she could help, but she also got stuck. Now all 3 were stuck to the golden goose. The next morning, Dummling walked off with the goose, and the 3 sisters had no choice but to follow him. It was a funny sight, 1 boy holding a goose and 3 girls stuck behind him. As they walked through the village, more curious people tried to touch the golden goose. And guess what? They got stuck too. Soon there was a long line of people all stuck together, following Dummling and the goose. Eventually, Dummling reached a castle where the king lived. The king's daughter, the princess, was very sad and never laughed. The king had promised that anyone who could make her laugh would win her hand in marriage. When the princess looked out the window and saw Dummling, the golden goose, and the long line of people stumbling after him, she burst out laughing. She laughed so hard, tears rolled down her cheeks. The king was overjoyed and said, "Young man, you've made my daughter happy. You may marry her." Just then, the old man appeared again. With a wave of his hand, all the people stuck to the golden goose were set free. They were surprised, but laughed at how silly they all looked. Dummling married the princess, and they lived happily ever after. And the golden goose, it stayed in the royal garden, where it was cared for and admired by everyone. And that's all for this story. Thanks for your listening. Have a nice day.